Let's start right here. Christian McCaffrey is just an absolute superstar. Bonta, you and I have been talking about running backs and their importance because when you get one of the elite ones, when you have one of the guys that can do things in a variety of ways, that can get to the second and third level, who can catch the ball out of the backfield, what it does for everyone, offensive line, quarterback, the wide receivers, the tight end, it opens the field up.
Well,
that's what a feature player looks like in the backfield. He's a superstar.
This whole thing about plug and play running backs. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But when you get a special talent like Christian McCaffrey, a guy where he gets a ball on the flat and it's an 8-yard gain, and all of a sudden you're sitting there at 2nd and 2. We saw it over and over yesterday, just him catching the balls in the flat. Bobby Wagner had no chance to defend him in space. Also, there's a play when the Niners are down 7-0, and they're going in for a touchdown, their first touchdown of the game. McCaffrey gets to Texas right on the 3rd down. Makes a man miss. First down. Boom. You move the sticks. You settle everything down.
They haven't had that kind of play in the bag in years. Where you could just throw it down to a running back. He can make a guy miss, and now you're moving the chains.
A couple plays later, he goes out in the flat, runs another out route in the flat. Linebacker just swarms. All of a sudden, oh, man, CMC's in the backfield. CMC. It was Ernest Jones, number 53, linebacker for the Rams. And George Kittle just runs straight down the seam.
Wide open.
Boom. 24-yard gain. And I'm saying, that's the difference between having a dynamic running back. And I've been screaming ever since the Chicago game when Elijah got hurt. I said, can I just get a premier running back in this offense? And I heard for days, oh, you don't need a running back. Oh, how many running backs is a great player? Win Super Bowl, blah, 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 blah. You want Christian McCaffrey now?
Yeah.
You care about those picks now? Because I sure in the hell don't.
I mean, the only flaw in this guy's game is, dude, stop taking carries when we're up 20 with 2 minutes to go. It's the only flaw in his game. The toughness, the vision, the speed. He has increased the offensive speed with a flick. I mean, Bonta, with a flick, he's one of the fastest guys out on the field. His toughness is extremely underrated. How about on 2 different plays, he wiggles through for 4 or 5 yards and then cuts it to the outside, and you're like, oh, my God, he's outbeating guys that have 2 and 3 steps on him in the secondary. He is an absolute superstar. And then he high points the ball in the red zone. Jimmy looks at him, turns to the left. It was a great play by Jimmy. I'm yelling, throw back to McCaffrey. He lobs one up, and he catches a ball in traffic. Again, I asked Kyle Matson, I'll ask you the same question. I'm not disrespecting our wide receivers. I'm asking sincerely. Bolden was the last guy I can remember who caught a ball in traffic in the red zone like that, like a wide receiver. McCaffrey goes up and catches it, and then boop, boop, gets both feet down, and I'm saying, what can't this guy do?
I mean, the improv on the route, he was the 5th option. He's out in the flat. He sees that Jimmy's in trouble, and he just kind of wanders into the end zone, catches it right in front of George Kittle, right in front of Jalen Ramsey, and the spike of the football. It meant something. It meant something. And with that said, I've got to give Jimmy Garoppolo his damn flowers.
He played great in the second half.
Jimmy Garoppolo was special in the second half.
I agree.
13 to 15, 151 yards. He made all the right throws. I loved, and again, looking down and looking at George Kittle and McCaffrey in the flat. They bid on it. Ross Dwelley down the sideline, left sideline. Boom, big game to seal the game away. Jimmy Garoppolo rolling out to his left, hitting George Kittle in the back of the end zone. That's the type of football I want to see from Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the type of football that can win the 49ers a lot of big games. And I love the fact, even though we missed Ray McCloud the other through that ball, the fact that he was willing to be aggressive and stretch the ball down the football field. That's the Jimmy Garoppolo I'm looking for after the bye week when they take on the Chargers at Levi's.
I thought he was selectively aggressive and then also took what the defense gave him because he had the underneath stuff with McCaffrey. I mean, Ayuk wide open, it felt like, 4 or 5 different times?
Unbelievable.
It was really, really good.
He's a special player.
Here's the thing that I want to say, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying here. This is not a knock on Jimmy. Every quarterback in the league wants that safety valve, that underneath guy. We have watched for a decade Tom Brady check down to, guys that are, I'd say, one-tool players. James White,
Deion Lewis, Kevin Falk.
Kevin Falk was the name I was going to come to. All these random little running backs who aren't half as skilled as Christian McCaffrey. And it took the Niners almost 6 years to find that guy for Jimmy. How confident he became a different guy?
You know what? And he became a different guy after that drive in the third quarter with the Niners down 14-10. I thought it was the pivotal
The second drive
of the game, the second drive, because they punted after their first drive coming out of halftime. We'll get to that. But it's going to be positive.
Yes.
I'm not here to bash anybody. I know people are looking for that. Go somewhere else.
What is there to bash? They threw a shutout in the second half.
DeMeco Ryans and that defense was all-time great. They were great yesterday, shutting down Cooper Kupp, shutting down Matthew Stafford. The rush got to him. 0 on the scoreboard for the LA Rams in that second half. But I thought that drive where they got a couple fortunate bounces. All right, Christian McCaffrey fumbles, Ray Rebel-Clouds in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, lying on the ground and the ball pops up. What are the chances of that? And you know what? This is the best catch he made all night.
Hey, you know what? Who knows where that game goes from there?
Oh, well,
who knows where that game goes from there?
Beat. Before you get to that one, because that was a huge play. How about before the end of the first half, Rams get the ball back with a minute to go. The McCaffrey catch doesn't go down as a catch, and so 30 seconds or whatever that was ticking off the clock gets put back on. They get the ball back with about a minute to go, and they basically punt.
It's weird.
Like, why are you not being aggressive? That made no sense to me.
That offensive line is in shambles now in L.A.
I mean, they moved the ball in the first half.
I don't know. I don't know what McVay was thinking. I don't know what McVay was thinking.
It was so clear to me when people lose their mind about how conservative Shanahan is in those types of situations. I believe they had one timeout, the Rams, and a whole minute to go. And really, the Niners didn't have an answer for them, and they kind of let them off the hook.
It was weird. It was strange.
Wasn't it?
Very strange. I haven't seen that in McVay in a very long time.
Because to me, as much as the fumble was a big play, that was big too. Then you got the Higbee play later on, and I know you want to get to that.
Well, we'll get to that, but I want to stick with this drive here. I want to stick with this drive where Ray recovers a fumble. All right? Because later on the drive, Jimmy Garoppolo gets away with a no throw.
Well,
throws it right into Jalen Ramsey's hands.
Ramsey made an incredible play.
He was coming in on the slot blitz. He knew he wasn't going to get home.
Yeah.
He stayed there in the zone, makes an unbelievable play. Jimmy doesn't see him. He's trying to hit George Kittle. He doesn't see him. Jalen Ramsey point blank drops it.
I know, he did that in the first half, too.
That's 2 plays on that drive
I know.
where the Niners averted danger. That could have flipped the entire football game.
100%.
But what happens after that? Jimmy ends up going 7 for 7 on the drive for 71 yards, and they take the lead. So that was pivotal to me. There was a few massive plays. I know we'll get to the Higbee play because Niners still had a lead. I still felt good about them moving forward.
Sure.
But that drive right there to go up and take the lead after averting danger, a pick six, a fumble by McCaffrey, I was like, whoa. Okay, you got the lead now. Get the defense back on the field. They don't have to defend the short field. It's all good in SoFi.
Well, and they scored a touchdown on the end of that drive, which how many times have they settled for a field goal or maybe not capitalized on something? On that Jalen Ramsey play, I listened to Kyle Shanahan in the postgame, and he was talking about on that play when the slot blitz is coming in from Jalen Ramsey, and this is where like the all-22 people, you got to take a step back. Kyle Shanahan says, I have taught Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm paraphrasing here, you're hitting Kittle. Even though he's double covered on that, that's the hot route. You're going to hit Kittle. And Jalen Ramsey, credit, he's 1 of 1. I mean, very few people have this kind of IQ.
Dropped 2 picks yesterday.
Because he dropped back realizing that George Kittle's the guy he's going to throw to, even though 2 guys are behind Kittle. So I know we lose our mind on Jimmy Garoppolo, but again, from what Shanahan said, he made the right play in that situation, but credit Jalen Ramsey for the instincts to stop blitzing, stop jumping in the air, and thank God he dropped that ball.
Yeah, he dropped that ball. He dropped 2 interceptions yesterday. From that moment on, Jimmy said, all right, that's enough of the no throws.
Yes.
And he went out there and balled out. He was special on that drive after that dropped interception by Jalen Ramsey. Hit Ayuk for a play. Of course, the Christian McCaffrey play.
How about the Kittle throw touchdown where he's rolling out left? I thought that was a dime.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that was in the fourth quarter to make it 31-14.
Dime.
But this drive right here to make it 17-14 because I thought that was the drive that flipped the entire game.
Yeah.
The Rams to went out of their cells after Ramsey dropped that pick because they go right down the football field. You got a couple McCaffrey runs. You got Brandon Ayuk out in space. You got Jimmy Garoppolo hitting everybody around the field, hit Ayuk for a big first down on the third down conversion, and then of course the Christian McCaffrey play down the right sideline in the corner of the end zone. And Jimmy was just, again, in the second half, Jimmy was great. 13-15, 150 yards in that second half. I was very impressed. That's the type of quarterback play that can help this team go deep into the playoffs in the NFC.
No question. And Jimmy was flawless. Highest completion percentage since Steve Young, given the amount of passes that he threw.
21-25.
I mean, that's just absolutely incredible. How about the Christian McCaffrey touchdown pass in the first half? It reminded me, it was a different kind of a play of the Debo throw last year in Week 18. And he's wide open.
It's
McCaffrey hits...
It's almost the same play.
Bonta.
Because it's the same side. Remember Debo rolled out on the jet sweep, rolled out to the right. Something they see in film where their secondary is just so ambitious. They want to get up and try to hit. They're so aggressive. Ayuk runs right down the field. It was huge. That was a CMC drive right there. That was it. You got a little bit of everything.
How sick is he? Like, on the real, like, I think that all these people, like, running back, he is one of the, and I said this when the trade went down, he's one of the top playmakers in the NFC. You saw it yesterday. There is no other player like him. He's got Ricky Waters, Roger Craig. You want to throw Marshall Faulk. His dual versatility in both the pass and run game, he's a special talent.
I just hope people understand where I was coming from when I said I wanted a star running back.
He's a star.
I wanted a star running back.
He's a star.
This is why you can do so many things offensively. And to think they won that game without Deebo Samuel. So now you implement Deebo back into the lineup after the bye week.
They wasn't going away.
They wasn't going away without Deebo Samuel.
Shocking.
Without Deebo Samuel.
I know.
You know, so now you got Ayuk cooking. Now you have George Kittle involved in the pass game. Now you got defenses scrambling saying, what do we do with number 23? What do we do with Christian McCaffrey? Do we lighten the box? Do we go 8 in the box? What do we do here? This guy is a home run hitter. And John Lynch seeing him in that suite. Fist pumping.
Did you see him on the field?
Celebrating. Oh, I saw him on the field.
When he jumped on the field right when the game ended, he like came over and gave Kyle this huge hug.
Huge hug.
Yeah.
I saw Lynch on the field. They were going to commercial at the end of the first quarter. I put this in the thread.
Yeah.
I guess Trent Williams and A'Shawn Robinson were going at it in the pregame warm-ups.
Before the game.
And you see John Lynch in the background smiling like, okay, my guys are ready to go. The intensity was high at SoFi Stadium. So John Lynch, to see him fist bumping in that suite, because he knows, Shanahan knows, and this fan base now knows you got a player, Christian McCaffrey, that can take you a long way. He's a problem.
I know. And then their physicality yesterday was absolutely unbelievable. I'm not trying to rain on the parade. The offensive line, there was a couple of plays where I'm just head scratching some of the situations. The play clock is an issue though for them. I'm watching this game, and again, I'm not raining on the parade. I'm saying they have to clean this up.
They'll clean it up. It wasn't a perfect game, but this is a division rival against a team that knows you inside and out. Division games are ugly. Division games are fist fights. Division games are not going to be perfect.
I know,
it's how it goes.
I know, but there was on that one drive where Jimmy Garoppolo on the play clock was becoming an issue. They hit a timeout. They take a timeout. Then coming out of a timeout because the clock was ticking down, the clock's coming down again, and they have to quick snap it. And they don't even block Aaron Donald. To your point about missed opportunities, that game could have gone awry 5 different ways, and they found a way to stay tough. That wasn't even their A+ game, and they ran away with it against the Rams.
Match, get his pod up. He's trying to talk.
I think part of the issue with the play clock yesterday was Kyle Juszczyk not being in. Ross Dwelly was not lined up correctly like
on
10
multiple
times.
occasions.
And then Christian McCaffrey too, still getting integrated into the offense and figuring out where he's supposed to line up. I think that played a bit of a role.
It's a lot going on. That happens every game. I see it, whether it's college, pros, every team goes through some clock issues at some point in the football game. It's all good. Didn't kill him yesterday. Didn't kill him at all.
No, it did not.
And then I want a hat tip again. Game ball, if I had game balls to give out, Jimmy Garoppolo, Christian McCaffrey, and this damn defense that responded.
D'Amico.
This defense was getting torched by Kansas City. They got torched in the first half by the LA Rams. They couldn't guard Cooper Kupp. We saw Burks, number 48, Burks. I don't know where the hell he came from.
Better than Flanagan Fowles.
This guy was popping. I woke up and, whoa, who is 48?
I know.
It's like, who is this guy? Now, he shouldn't have been in the position in the zone defense to guard Cooper Kupp. D'Amico will fix that.
I mean,
He'll fix that.
That's a great play designed by McVay.
No doubt.
They drag him across. He's got to carry him off to the safety, and it's an impossible. Cooper Kupp was unguardable in the first half, and then
they shut him down.
Did he even play in the second half?
And you know what? Bosa got healthy in the second half.
Well, I still think I thought he played
injured. He's a little compromised,
yes,
but
that's how you win yourself over to your teammates.
You know what? He balled out in that second half. That defensive line balled out in that second half. I thought Fred Warner Jr. flew around. That hit on the goal line there when the Rams needed penalties to help them score that first touchdown.
Awesome.
Fred Warner was flying around. And the secondary, they're in shambles right now. I get it. But you know what? Lenore, Womack, You got Mooney Ward.
Hufanga looks like he needs a week off.
He needs a week off.
I think his body's tired.
Look, the secondary held up yesterday. Yeah. They held up, and they got aided by the pass rush.
So Charvarius Ward got hurt early in this game, and I'm saying, oh boy, here we go. He came back out there and looked like a different player. That's number one. Number two, Jimmy Ward, for all the talk that we had in the first half, he can't guard nobody. Why is he in the slot? It worked in the second half. Whatever they did in the second half completely worked. And that's why I can't wait to talk to Baldy tomorrow, because I want to know what they did schematically that was so different.
All right, 888-957-9570. Niner fans, how you feeling this morning? Operation 44 is complete. Operation 4 and 4 is complete. I don't know what some of these guys on YouTube is talking about, saying we had them at 3 and 5. Just get to 4 and 4 by the bye week. Take a deep breath, come back against the Chargers, and get ready to roll for the second half of the season.
That's a season-saving type of a win because you feel totally different. And I know mathematically they still would have been alive at 3 and 5.
No doubt.
But like just seeing how Green Bay played last night and seeing some of these teams around the NFC, Tampa Bay Thursday night, you got to feel great about Niners.
Got to feel great. They're going to get healthy after the bye week.
Yeah.
You're going to get reinforcements. All right. McCaffrey's going to know more of the playbook. Shanahan's going to have more times to draw up. Time to draw up more plays for McCaffrey.
I thought he played way more than I thought he would in this game because they said, what he play 80% of the snaps, something like that? Like, just wait till this guy can run all the plays.
And again, what we said last week, get this guy 25 to 30 touches.
I think he had 28, if you consider the pass.
And that's perfect. I would roll with that every single game.
He's so sick.
He's a special player. We'll talk all about it here on Earth and us and the Warriors. We're not panicking. But defense, that's an issue for the Dubs.
Should we get D'Amico Ryans on the job?
Oh, you may have to. Can we get Mike Brown back from Sacramento? Who knows here? All right, what's coming up on the game? Sponsored by News Nation. Your phone calls, 888-957-9570.
YouTube is humming.
Niners. They roll yesterday down to SoFi. Actually, it's Levi South because the Niner fans took over SoFi Stadium once again, and the Niners win their 8th straight regular season game over the LA Rams. Damn, the Rams haven't beat the Niners in 4 straight regular seasons.
It's wild. That's one of the biggest dominations that I can remember in recent memory.